We're now with the folks at the Tips Hotline today. He's live at the Northland home where baby Lisa's parents are staying tonight. Eric?
Well, John and Susan, typically the Tips Hotline will give out $1,000 to the tipsters that call in that right tip. So you can only imagine what $100 grand would do.
There's going to be a $100,000 reward put up for the safe return and or conviction of person or persons involved in this horrible crime.
First and foremost, that money doesn't have anything to do with the Tips Hotline.
We weren't consulted, and that's not a negative. The family and the Mr. Stanton that's involved, they have the right to do whatever they feel is important to bringing Lisa back.
But the tips the money generates will be taken by Detective Kevin Boehm and his staff, and he knew very quickly the phones would start ringing.
I was actually watching the press conference streaming online, and it was immediate.
At least 50 to 75 calls, emails, and text messages in the first hour alone. But Detective Boehm says with that much money, there's usually more quantity than quality.
What people have to remember is that when these tips come in, the investigators are looking at all of these. So if there's superfluous information or there's speculation or opinion, we appreciate everybody's help, but that's really not what we're looking for.
What investigators are looking for, details and specifics. Something, anything that will help find Lisa. Detective Boehm says the money is great, it's often a motivator, but in this case, it may have been announced a little early. Often, extra reward money is more useful when a case isn't on TV every night and when no one is calling. But with that said,
we're more than happy to take these tips, and that's part of our job.
And whether it's the money, conscience, or whatever, Detective Boehm says everyone has the same interest: to get the key tip that solves this case.
Lisa is the priority of Mr. Stanton, of the Tips Hotline, of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, of the family, of everybody involved. We want to find Lisa.
Now, Detective Boehm didn't want to go into specifics about some of the more bizarre things that have been called into the Tips Hotline, but detectives have shared with me over the last 11 days, some of them ranging from devil worshippers to actual aliens coming down from the sky and taking baby Lisa. Obviously, those are pretty out there, but detectives say they'll weed through all of them, hoping to find just that one tip that brings Lisa home. Eric, Fox 4 News, working for you live in the Northland.